we've been chatting a little bit in the chat box. So I'm up to date on what we're talking about. We've just been talking about birthdays and weather and teaching, and it's pretty crazy weather around here. So I don't know if he is still watching. And now we're talking about Chromebooks. But I was gonna ask Danny, I knew her area lost power. And last night they stayed in a hotel so that she could teach her classes this morning. But I wanted to ask her how that went. Sorry, guys. Okay. My level of exhaustion right now, if you can relate, it feels like in college when you spend all night studying and then in the morning you had like a big, huge exam. And then afterwards you feel like a sigh of relief and exhaustion. That's how I feel, because I had my first GoGoKid class this morning at 5 a.m. And I normally teach classes starting at 5:30 or at 6. And then immediately following at 5:30, I had classes until I finished at 8:30. So I basically had 6 VIP Kid classes after having one GoGoKid class. And the thing is, the GoGoKid class made me not sleep well last night because I kept waking up and looking at the clock, and my vision would be blurry, and I would have to focus and be like, oh no, I'm probably oversleeping and missing my GoGoKid class. What time is it? Oh, it's 11:30 at night. Okay, go back to sleep. Oh, how long until my GoGoKid class? It's 1:30. Okay, go back to sleep. Oh, 3 a.m. 3 a.m. I decided to start worrying. I don't know how to enter the GoGoKid classroom. So I get on my cell phone and wrote a question like, how do you enter the GoGoKid classroom? They're like, it's right. It's a button right next to the thing. Anyway, so basically, and I do that whenever I'm going to travel too. I can't sleep hardly the night before I'm going to travel. So anyway, it's just because of the new system for me that it's had me a little bit nervous. Do you guys like my ears? So I taught the class. It was fine. It was a lot like doing a mock, pretty much, because she talked with me a little bit normal like an adult, and then she pretended to be a 5-year-old for a little while, and then she let me go. So that was a full 25 minutes total. And I'm booked again for another mentor, which she said that she was contacting them to get rid of that booking. But if the booking stays there, I mean, I'll take another class with a mentor. Like, I'm cool with that. But I decided to close my 5 a.m. slots for GoGoKid and just keep the 5:30 a.m. ones because, like yesterday, we went to the zoo and got a lot of exercise, which is really good because I've been needing exercise and everything. But I've been just so exhausted lately. And teacher Kelly's not here, but I wanted to clarify. She'll watch this later, probably, maybe. I wanted to clarify like that yesterday during her live, I was getting my kids ready for the zoo, so I barely was able to be in the chat box, and then I had to say, see you later. So she was worried that she might have offended me with something she said because I had mentioned in a former live that I'm rejecting 5:30 a.m. priority booking requests. And she said, I wanted to let you know, friend to friend, that, you know, bookings, it takes a while when you're new to a company, obviously, to get bookings. So she said, if you have a priority booking request for VIP Kid, you should go ahead and take it. And I was trying to explain that I'm still teaching 6 classes with VIP Kid. I was teaching from 5:30 to 8:30, which this week I still have some, like today. But I'm switching it to from 6 to 9. So I'm still teaching 6 classes in a row. And then I was opening up the 5 a.m. and 5:30 a.m. slots for GoGoKid. And I decided for my own quality of teaching and quality of mothering, I need some sleep. So I'm just opening up the 5:30 a.m. slot. If VIP Kid requests it, I'm denying it. If GoGoKid books it, great. If they don't book it, I'm closing the time slot and I'm sleeping in, because sometimes sleep is more valuable than money. Sometimes just like a little bit more, just so you can be a happy, healthy person and a happy, healthy mom and a good teacher, you know. So yeah. So I'm gonna read what you guys are saying. Heather said, just so everyone knows, I never get offended. I'm all for constructive criticism. Yeah, so I wasn't offended. I was just like in a rush trying to get my kids ready for the zoo. So I was like, I have to go. And then she messaged me and she was like, did I offend you? Like, just making sure, because I didn't want to seem too harsh or something. And I was like, no, I appreciate that advice. If I was real desperate for bookings, I would accept those 5:30 a.m. slots. But for me, I want to be real careful not to double book myself. So I'm just like setting the standard that I start with VIP Kid at 6 o'clock. For me, like, I have to have it concreted and solidified in my mind so I don't worry about it or stress about it or make mistakes, because I am still really, really trying for the raise with VIP Kid. That's why they're getting all my PPT slots. That's why they're getting 6 time slots every morning. I even opened more bookings for evenings on Fridays and Saturdays, and I'm not opening bookings on Sundays that don't have an incentive, because Mama needs her sleep. And so I'm trying to make good money. Trying for the raise, but at the same time, I need enough sleep to function. So I need to be a calm person. So yeah. So this is what I look like exhausted. That's pretty good, right? Well, I mean, I had some cereal. I had like a 1-minute nap between 2 of my classes. So yeah. Today we're staying home and I'm doing dishes and laundry. I have certain days that like, it'll be like, okay, we went to the zoo yesterday. So today it's bad weather. We're staying home all day. We're not going out in the torrential downpour. So yesterday, what happened was, in the morning, a friend of mine who she has passes to the zoo, I have passes to the zoo, and she has a couple kids, my kids' ages. And she sent me a message and she was like, hey, today's going to be really good weather. Because lately it's been way too hot or raining, like one or the other. And yesterday was like the one randomly special day that it was good weather. It was a little bit chilly and the rain started at 3 p.m. But we were able to go. That's why we went early in the morning. Well, not early. Early for me. We met at 11 a.m. That's not that early. But in the a.m., I had to start, packing lunches and getting the kids dressed and diapers changed and put shoes back on my son 3 times before finally just putting the shoes in the bag, because that boy can't keep shoes on his feet. So anyway, currently in Kansas, and if we ever get cut out at any point, it could be the electricity and I might not be able to get back connected with you guys. But I'm thankful that that didn't happen for my classes this morning. So it's currently 51 degrees and we're going to be having 100% chance of thunderstorms until 4 p.m. At 5 p.m. it's going to be cloudy, 6 p.m. partly cloudy. 7 and 8 it's going to be sunny, and then the sun's going to go down at 8:30. So I got a flash flood warning on my phone. So we're staying home. Hopefully my husband drives carefully to work. And today's supposed to be trash day. So we'll see if the trash men make it. I would not want to be a trash man or a mailman on a day like this at all. Like, more power to them. I'm staying inside. A friend of mine lives in Colorado. I said this in the chat box, and she posted a picture of her garden, which obviously has green plants already growing and is covered in a layer of snow. So this week is having crazy weather all over the country. So yeah. So I haven't had a GoGoKid booking for an actual student. I taught a mentor this morning, which you do get paid for. And I'm hoping that it counts as a class, like, so that Danny can get her referral bonus. One thing I like about working for GoGoKid is if anything happens with my VIP kid job, I already have one foot in the door with another company, and I could open up more time slots if I ever wanted to. I like that I have referral codes for 2 companies. So if I have a friend that works for GoGoKid and would like to work for VIP Kid, I have a referral code, and vice versa. And yeah, just it's nice to have a backup plan. It's nice to have 3 paychecks a month, right? But I'm still giving most of my bookings to VIP Kid. Are there any Spanish phrases you guys would like to learn? My husband's awake now. I already went down and gave my girls some breakfast, and my son was still sleeping. So, let's do some Spanish phrases. Trabajo, I work. Enseñando, teaching. Let me get a better marker. Trabajo enseñando niños en la China por medio de la internet. Let's say English a niños en la China por medio del internet. That little T is not showing. Sorry. Ran out of space. Trabajo enseñando inglés a niños en la China por medio del internet. That's what we do. It's the most amazing job ever. I work teaching. Oh, well, let me point at it while I say it. I work teaching English to children in the China by means of internet. Trabajo enseñando inglés a niños en la China por medio del internet. Trabajo enseñando inglés a niños en la China por medio del internet. So China and internet are spelled the same but not pronounced the same. Okay, so Danny is back. Y'all, I won't be live, no internet till late tomorrow. Good thing I don't have any classes booked tomorrow. 24-hour booking saved you. Yes, I was thinking about that. I was like, oh, it's a good thing Danny does 24-hour bookings, right? Oh, Danny. Danny, would you like to go live on Thursday? And I won't if you want. Let me know in the chat box. So, trabajo. I'm going to write it in the trabajo Oh, I don't know how to do an NY on here. Enseñando niños en la China por medio del internet, which is the most amazing job ever. I work, trabajo enseñando inglés a niños en la China por medio del internet. Trabajo enseñando inglés a niños en la China por medio del internet. It was my modem that died due to lightning strike surge. I didn't apply for soft cancellation with VIP Kid because it was just 3 on Sunday that canceled. I could have, but I think too late now. It is not too late, Danny. It's not too late to apply for soft cancellation. Whether you cancel or no-show, with proof of what happened, you can apply for soft cancellation and they'll give you your money back. Danny, get those pennies, girl. Danny said, don't forget thumbs up for Evelyn's live. Thank you, Danny. So, yeah, that's the phrase I'm teaching you guys today. Trabajo enseñando inglés a niños en la China por medio del internet. That's pretty long, huh? I work teaching English to children in the China by means of the internet. O enseño inglés. Or I teach English. I even used that phrase recently. I used to work at an elementary school, and I take my kids to a restaurant that one of the fathers that I used to translate for at the elementary school, he works there. So he remembers me working at the elementary school. So he asked me if I'm still a teacher. And I said, I was talking to him in Spanish. I said, sort of. I don't work in the school. I stay home with my kids, but I'm able to earn a paycheck because while they're sleeping, I trabajo enseñando inglés a niños en la China por medio del internet. So he was impressed, not by my Spanish because he's already familiar with it, but he was impressed that I teach kids in China. I'm impressed that I can teach kids in China. I kind of feel like I have to pinch myself sometimes. It's like the best job ever. So I wanted to say, talk about a few of the differences in the GoGoKid classroom. I definitely like VIP Kid because I think I'm more used to it. In the GoGoKid classroom, everything looks backwards, which right now, looking at the video, everything looks backwards, but then when it's posted to the internet, it looks forwards, right? Well, when I'm watching in the classroom, when I'm teaching with GoGoKid, everything's backwards, but it's forwards to the student. I just wish it was forwards for me too, like with VIP Kid, the ABCs and my name, they look correct to me, you know, but it is what it is. The other thing is, the camera square, whatever you want to call it, the teacher and the student are all the way on the right when teaching with GoGoKid. And so it looks like you're not making eye contact with the camera. Whereas with VIP Kid, a lot of times the two squares will be at the top. So when you're looking at your student, you're looking at the camera. So that's a difference. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, it is what it is. I think I'm going to get going soon because my kiddos are downstairs with my husband and I want to spend time with my family. And I don't have that much else to talk about. So Danny, would you like to go live on Thursday? And I will direct people your direction. I don't want to go live the same time as you, but I want you to be able to go live this week. Wow. Danny said that, yeah, thank you. I'll stay safe. So yeah. Danny, do you want to go live on Thursday? It's okay, girl. Thank you, though. Okay. All right. If you would give me a thumbs up, that'd be cool. And I want to hear you guys say the phrase, trabajo. I work. Enseñando. Teaching. Inglés. English. A niños. To children. En la China. In China. Por medio. By means. Del internet. Of the internet. Is it weird? Okay, when I'm in public, people look at me weird when I'm speaking in Spanish. I'll be like talking with my mother-in-law, and we're just at each other talking in Spanish, and people will take a double take like, who is that white girl talking English? And also, I call my mother-in-law mi madre, my mother. I call her that in public, in private, whatever. I just call her mi madre. I don't call her mother-in-law. I just call her my mom, you know, because she's my mom-in-law, right? And so people also look at me funny because my mother-in-law is Hispanic and short, and I'm white and tall, and we're very opposite physically, but it's really funny. Anyway, all right. Thanks, guys. Hello from Brazil. Someone saying hi from Brazil. This is the end of the live. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. Have a great day.